This can be better. We are. Welcome to my hand video. All right. This will be our first live YouTube video. We've been doing them on Facebook, and we're going to see the difference in quality between the Facebook and YouTube to see which one we'll do, which one we will be doing, because we're trying to keep everything in focus. And what I do is I do a solitaire game, and I pick a topic to be talking about while I play solitaire. And I play solitaire till I complete, not the topic, but the game. So I play until I finish a game. So it may take 10 minutes, it may take an hour. Today, let's see how long it takes me to finish a game. The first topic of conversation, I didn't pick a whole range of topics, but I may have to pick in the future. The topic of conversation. My topic of conversation is the background noise. Yeah. I'm playing solitaire where I wait in Ireland. I'm in Ireland right now. And to get here, I was going to do some work here and take an adventure while I wait for work, because I'm not able to go to family right now because of work. So I came up with my solitaire because I don't have to do public videos of my face. But I can do public videos with these because they have no recognition for anyone. Okay. The topic is, how many people do you let into your house and consider them visitors? And when do visitors become friends? And who is family in Ireland? So in Ireland, they're saying you can have 6 people except for your family at home. And the discussion yesterday had been, what if your family has 7 people? Do you have to kick a family member out? And the answer is no, it's 6 additional people. So it is sort of like Netflix, where you own Netflix subscription, and then you have 6 people or 3. Is it YouTube? Who is it that you have allowed to have 6 other people? Apple. So Apple allows you to have 6 other people on your membership, but Netflix says 3, 2 for family, but no one ever pays attention to that stuff except for me. My name is Story, and I'm the only one who seems to follow those rules. So I have 2 Netflix accounts. One that I pay for, one that a friend pays for, and I'm on his account. I'm also on my account because his is a European account and mine is a British account because the British Brexited and they no longer call themselves Europeans. It's very confusing for me. Okay, because I consider myself a European. Here we go. Let's start. Really? You see that on mine? Yeah. 3, 4, 5, 6. Perfect. Who's over there in the background talking? Hey. I have to. This is how I spend part of my day. The other part of my day, I work on digital content that doesn't get shared with you in the public, and I work on business ideas. That's how exciting my life is right now. It has been like that for 4 years, and I'm looking forward to the American political agenda going back to sleep. And I mean that. Get back. It's interfering with my life. It's interfering with how I like to live my life, which is very independent of me. stuck working with governments non-stop. I should get to decide when I work with the government. Not be told by the government when I'm working with them. Stop talking about it. At least all my lawyers tell me to get paid. All right, there's payment going someplace, just not into my immediate bank account, which is why we play solitaire. You have to support me. Come up with a new revenue stream. Uncool. In Asia, they bet on it. So they bet on her game. They get very interested in this because it is a strategy game. So the more the merrier. She is looking to have a group get together someday. Not just strategies. You can play all in one room. They're going to be making it something that they can have at casinos because you can play with the dealer. It's like craps. She likes craps. This is not too. Does that make too much noise? Yes. Always someone who's complaining. Ready for the next one? No. It's like a Monopoly when you wear your little characters. So I don't have a car here. It's always something like this. One of the games have lots of cards under here, which usually doesn't happen. We have to start with these 3s and 2s. Not the right 2s. Not the right 4s. Here's a 4. Yeah, not the right 4s. Darn it. Okay, so this game was a we have to mark it. It's at Home Life. Who is a visitor? We didn't even get to talk about that because we were so focused on this game. So we'll continue the topic. But this one was unfinished. So the topic goes down, and this is 3. Same topic. Okay, so game 3. And depending on who's playing with me, I have different ways of shuffling the cards because some people just don't think the cards are shuffled enough. So what they suggest is that I do this. Where my little piles all over the place. And I always think of an abstract, like how abstract can you get? Because we all have really good rhythms in the way we do things and our habits. So when you're laying your cards down, am I laying them in a rhythm? Because then I'm not actually randomly shuffling them. So much to think about when you things out. So Irish people are Catholic. 98% of them, so 98.7% of the Catholics, Irish are Catholics. And in the area that I'm living in now, there is the Virgin Mary statue everywhere. I mean, on the road, they have these grottos, and they have Virgin Mary all over the place. And I didn't realize they did that. And for me, it was very surprising, because I was raised as a Catholic. I see all those things everywhere. It's just amazing. It's all over the place here. And the other day I saw a man. Oops. Let's take this one quick here. I saw a man and he was hanging out. You think that it's there and it's just going to be there and no one's going to be paying attention to those things. But I saw a man hanging out. I guess having his lunch by Mary, Virgin Mary statue. It was not an old man. It was just a guy hanging out by Virgin Mary. I guess talking to the statue. He was by himself. So. Anyways, this morning on the news, they were talking about 6 people. Yesterday, the whole conversation was, how can you make it a crime to have more than 6 people to your house? That's like Nazi Germany. So they're deciding not to criminalize it. You can have 6 people. Just don't pretend to be a pub. If you want a pub, go to the pub. But you have to have a pub that makes food. 2, 3, 4, 5. Then they were saying this morning about the pubs who were trying to make up the difference in money. And what they were doing is you have to have food that is at least £9. They have to pay £9 for food. And what they were saying was that some of the pubs had the food at $8.95. So that the people had to come in and buy 2 things and therefore bring it up to £15, which would be the cost of 2 pints, which people usually have. So they were trying to get £15 per person instead of the 9, so that they actually make a little bit of money. Because the amount of money you make on food is, I don't know, the margin is like 2 to 10% on food, and the margin on alcohol is like 200%. So which one do you think a pub would rather have? The alcohol or the food? I think they would rather have the alcohol. But the people have to eat food, and so they're trying to make some money so they can actually break even, not make a lot of money. They just need to break even. But to be open, they have to have the food, and the people have to eat food to be able to order a drink. So for them to order a drink, they have to have the $9 worth of food. Actually, that's not true. They have to have a bill of £9. So if a person isn't, each person has to have something different. So if a person has $8.75, but they don't order a drink, they have to order something else. I'm pretty sure it's not that they have to have £9 of food. I think it's £9 of food, because the whole argument this morning was people getting very upset that they had to order 2 starters to be at the pub. Anyways, and then someone was getting upset that there was a pub who was using a takeout every next door to just bring them the food. But how is that any different than having a kitchen right next door? So this is also an issue. And story, it was me, thought it would be a good idea to just allow Deliveroo. So allow the pub owner to put in an order at Deliveroo, and then they tack on a charge at 10%. And then the Deliveroo comes, the person can eat there and have their pint, and then the pub owner doesn't have to worry about making food, because you have to have all those issues with the health department if you make food. And those issues are not a problem for the pub when they just have alcohol. These are the things we think about in Ireland right now. Sorry, I don't mean to laugh. It is a serious topic. In Ireland. In America, they don't have that. You guys are just free for all. But here, it's a really big consideration. As you can hear, I live in the countryside, and I'm right on the side of a road in a guest house that used to have a pub. Now she has a restaurant, and I never eat there because it's quarantine, and I don't want people cooking my food. So this is also an issue with Deliveroo, is who's cooking the food? Who's putting their hands in food? Who's touching it? And I'm not paranoid. I just have a dislike of other people coughing and sneezing into the food that I'm going to be digesting. It's a serious issue. How do I know those people are healthy? How do you know that people are healthy? Deliveroo. Anyways, those are the topics that I'm thinking about as I play solitaire today. And try to get to an understanding of what is. Listen to my home. Now, the Irish are very much like the Spanish in that every person who's related to them is family. So if you live in an island where everyone's pretty much related and has the same name, is that person considered family? And if I go and I play sports with someone on the weekend, every weekend, can I consider them my family? Because they're more than just a friend. If I'm hanging out with them all the time, would that be my family? I think the answer to that is yes. So if the government's going to tell us that I can only have 6 visitors, they have to actually define who is family. Otherwise, this is going to be violated to the extreme. But if they keep it vague and I can explain it to the police, then the police may give me a break. If I say, we're just soccer for the Americans. So we're on the same soccer team, and I see them all the time, and they have been to my child's baptism, and one of them is Godfather, and one of them is my emergency contact person. Then wouldn't they not be family? Or do I have to go with who can visit me at the hospital? Because at the hospital, they say people who are blood relatives are your family. Therefore, anyone with the same lineage of me in Ireland would be my family. And like most Irish people, some of those people are not talking to each other. Some people who are not talking to each other would be allowed to visit each other in the hospital, and not the people who actually care about each other. That's not fair. That's not fair. That's not fair. That's not fair at all. Mm-hmm. Thanks for bringing this up. You're welcome. So how would you define family for the British who are in Ireland? I would say that the people that I'm hanging out with, my coworkers, would be considered family because I'm with them 40 hours a week. Do you know how much time I spend with my spouse right now? About 10 minutes a day because of the quarantine. So my coworkers would be considered part of family because I'm with them all of the time. So I'm with them all the time and we fight like family, then we're family. If I wasn't with them all the time, then I would say they weren't, like coworkers that I'm not with, dealing with on a daily basis for 8 hours a day, they would not be family. But you have to give them some kind of classification because they're with me a lot, these people. And they annoy me a lot. Exactly. So if people are with me a lot and annoy me a lot, just like family, then they should be considered family. Okay. And my Facebook friends are not my family. They're just people who've liked my Facebook page, which right now is 1. That is it. YouTube friends. Some of them are family, some of them are not. Depends on the day and how well their YouTube channels are doing. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. I have a jack. If I put this king down, I already have that. And I want to get rid of this. If I put another king down, I'm going to see, there's the other one. I'm going to put this king down. And I have a 10. I don't know if that's any better. That's what it is. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. If you're a visitor and you're a family member, do you still do the self-quarantine if you're going to be at someone's house and they have a party? It's a question that's been requested to be answered. Yes, you have to quarantine. Thank you. Yes. That is a serious consideration. We need a black 10, and that is we need the 3. And this goes over here. And one more time through here. May have to change topic. No, keep playing this topic until we figure out what would be a family member. Just for the car day, so they can release into the image of what people consider an Ireland family. Okay. My football team. My coworkers, who we work with every day, they would be considered family. They come to the house. And the people on my street, just because they're the ones I would yell at if I had a fire. Mm-hmm. We did not accomplish this, right? And on my little book thing, mark it down that is unfinished. So this is unfinished. Who's there? 4. Still. So we have the football game, football people. Yes. How about the fans of the game? We're going to be the fans. My wife and my kids. Those are the fans of a football team. You can't consider random cars that go by. How about your actual family? No, I don't consider my actual family. Those are people who I have in my life. And I do not call them when there's a fire because they don't live anywhere near me. And I wouldn't ask for their advice ever. So if you say close friends and family, yes, because if a close friend is sick, you're going to make sure they stay home. You're not going to have them come to your house. If a close friend is sick, you're going to take them food, get them a beer, and tell them to stay in bed until they're better. You don't want them anywhere near your family. And you certainly don't want them in your house coughing on them. And you will make them masks. And you will bring them to them and say, wear these masks. I made them just for you. So you don't have to spend any more money on those disposable ones. I made these. They're double. I followed an instructional video. share my Facebook friends. That made it feel so weird. Are they going to wear masks in the house? No, they're going to be healthy when they come to my house. My friends will not come to my house sick. If they come to my house and they're sick, they're no longer my friends, but they may be my family. That's what I'm saying. Those family members, I wouldn't have friends and family because the family are not coming to my house. They think that they have the right to be sick and come visit. No way. No way. So you think it should be the same kind of consideration that Apple has for sharing subscriptions? Yes. It should be 6 people you choose. 6 people. 1, 2, 3. You know that number is for people in addition to your family. I'm fine with that. But my family should be not. It should just be 6 people. Okay. Because by saying that I can have my family, it means my family will come invade my house, and they will come willingly sick and without masks. And I so do not want this. I would prefer it 6 people, 6 healthy people. You didn't even put healthy in there. You just said 6 people. You don't even say healthy people. So you're basically saying family can come visit, healthy or sick. Be healthy. Like a healthy person. Be healthy. Are they talking about me? Yes. And I am healthy, yes. And those people are not. There are a lot of people who are not healthy in this world. And they all want to visit you. It's always a problem. There's not a Queens. Lots of Queens. Where to stick them at? 8. That's not right. Look. Someone trying to make some kind of political statement. Are you a political statement? They do not want to take out a banner of being a political statement. They're not healthy enough to do that. This woman here who has been working with governments is healthy enough to take a political statement. And her statement is, let me just work on my projects. Why do you keep coming forward with that? The governments are like, it's because you're good at it. And stories like, I'm good at it. We got some really tough crowd today. Is it the police force crowd? Yes. You guys, we have to share some bad stories with you. All right. Let's see if we can shake this up a bit. Shake it up, shake it up. Are you card reading? This is what people do when they don't like the drama of solitaire, is they read the cards. The backs of them. So they know where everything is. It's very not fair. Because I don't have like X-ray vision eyes, so I can't see what's in the back of the cards, but they can with their little computer software. Should tell me to stop doing that. Do you think that matters to them? I think they would still do it. Much easier to copy. This version is much easier to copy? Yes. Is that a good thing for me? Yeah. It is, yes. So we can keep an archive of it then. Okay. Is that what you're doing, House? She played a game. She played a game. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. If I put this one down, that's the red queen. That's the black queen. And we need red. 10. We can move that over if you want. Do you want to do that? Yes. I think it's a good idea. You can hear everybody coming back from their football practice. I mean, if you're American, they're practicing soccer. They allow the kids to do this, and then they had a small outbreak, and the kids are going to go back to school. So we're a little worried about this. How do we get them to wear their masks? It is possible. There's my baking. It's a 4. I shouldn't put that one down. It says no harm right there. Sun. Can we put that anywhere? Put the 3 here. Queen. She needs a home right here. We need good luck. This is the second time or third? Third. Ah. There's no queen to go on that. I thought that was the queen. And we have to dig her out of there. How can we do that? We needed 2 of hearts, and that's not shown up yet. And or 3. Oh, there we go. Can I do that? We've never done that before. We don't move it from there to there, so we're not going to start doing that now because we have to announce that we're going to do that. So you can't just do that anymore. Okay. Nope. 8. I guess that's the end of this game. That's disappointing. Do you want to make that rule? No, we're going to stay with the same rules. Who's family? I think everybody should make a list, and if they can't make a list of who they consider family, you should have a website. Here's my family. And then if the police come and they're like, you were told you're in this thing, they can look at the list and there's someone on the list, that person gets kicked out. That's actually a good idea. Yes. Everybody just logs in. These are my family. You can have a website that's easy to do. And it can be attached to our ID. And all those people that are in my family can be considered emergency contacts too. So you can just go through those list of people, and all those people are emergency contacts. Because when you have an emergency, the person that you have an emergency for it might not always be available. So you should be able to say your friends are your emergency contacts. So I use an emergency contact, but it's not family. And the one that I had that was family is now living in America. And there's no way for me to have her come to the hospital room. So yeah, my mom's allergic to this. Or yeah, my sister's allergic to this. They're all someplace else. They live in different countries. So For me, it's best to have my family here or my friends and say, hey, a friend can come in and say, yeah, she's allergic to this. She's allergic to this. All right, so let's mark it. That was an unfinished game. Unfinished. But the suggestion that we have a friend emergency list. And those people are the 6 who can come to your house. That wasn't the suggestion, but that is an interesting idea. The idea should be that those 6 are on your list. Your list could be up to 100 people that you have phone numbers for and would be your emergency contacts. So they know who you are and they can come and assist. You would have 100 people who wouldn't have your phone number, not me. It's a terrace. I have not given my phone number to 100 people. And I have 2 phone numbers. One of them is a public number, and I guess 100 people have my phone number. But my private number, the Amazon delivery guy has. Few close friends. All right. So far we have emergency. Your friends are basically family who would be on your football team, your work colleagues that you spend all your time with. And how about people at the pub? Would they be considered family? No. They would be friends. They're not family. Unless they're my neighbor. My neighbor would be considered family. We take each other's. We're there for each other. So that's what family's supposed to be. If something happens, we're there. Friends are there. Casual friends are there when they can. And real friends are always there for you. All right. Six. Does anyone out there consider family? Strangers their family? Well, there's a lot of people who have strange family members. Or who've never met their family members. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 1, 2, 3, 4. She started cooking. Already. It's 11:30. I was planning to go for a walk this morning, but believe it or not, people have been biohacked in this world. I happen to be one of them. It's a weird thing. And the scientists are like, it's possible. And I'm like, what? It's not an allergy. I thought I was just allergic to something. No. It's biohacked. Keeping up bugs has nothing to do with bugs. Keeping up bugs has nothing to do with bugs. We're past we were talking about who's your family for Home for Six, and I think we've resolved this issue for that. But you haven't resolved it for the government. Oh. Have up to 6 people. Family is who you designate on a specific thing. And just have a form for us to fill out. And then when we have a party, we say who's our family, who's our friends in our house. So when you come, I can hand it to you and say, here, family, friends. Because when I have the 50 people over for the football match on Sunday, I want you to know that 44 of them are my family. Are you a pub owner? No. Just very social. And there are a lot of people. And 44 of them will be at my house on Sunday. Are you doing that because of the road? Yep. We have to take a stand. That's how we're doing it. By annoying us as government people, our goal is to annoy you as much as possible. And this is no Star Terrace. She's following the rules. She's a rule follower in the land of people who don't really follow the rules. Except wearing vests when they walk on the street, because that's common sense. How can we stop you doing that? Let me help. Let me open the pub. They can go to the pub and they'll do whatever it takes. Really, they'll do whatever it takes to get to go to the pub. They'll do whatever it takes. If you want them to wear a scrub suit, they'll wear a scrub suit. They would wear a scrub suit to the pub. Yes. I've been asking them. They will do whatever it takes to go to the pub and watch the game with their friends. And they want to watch the game with their friends. They have no interest in staying home with their wife. She'll make them do all kinds of work. And it's not a relaxing day at all. And the stressful times when I live in relaxation. Just a tiny bit. I just what going to the pub is. It's relaxing. One, two, three, 4, 5, 6, 7. Okay. Let's see what we have coming up. 9, but the wrong color. So if we had the pubs ordering and you had Deliveroo that the pub owner is required, if he doesn't have food kitchen, he's required to have takeout delivery, and the delivery order has to come through the pub. Yes, they can't do it on their own phones. That way the pub owner gets a little bit of cash. Okay. And they'll do whatever it takes. So you can find them. Yes. They're willing to go through that pain. And they will be willing to prove that they ordered food, and they have a limited amount of time. So if the game is 90 minutes, they get 90 minutes at the pub and then they have to leave. I understand that, yes. So They get 90 minutes away from the wife. Unfinished. Game 6. So far, it seems like the Irish are willing to wear scrubs, face masks, face guards. I would suggest having that face guard thing that covers their face with plastic, because if they're going to be eating, if they have a mask, they take the mask off, so they can all have those face guard things like they use at Tesco. So they can use those Tesco face masks. And because you're not going to have shields between tables, but they can wear that and they can eat something, and it keeps their spit and some of the spewing. And I would have them sign on their receipt their name and phone number, and so their name, their phone number, and check off that they're healthy, so that in the case someone gets sick at the pub, we can go through and see if they were one of those people in that pub, and we can let the other people know who were there for the game and someone there got sick, and they can all mob him because he violated the sanctity of being healthy and going to the pub. You don't go to the pub sick. This is like, it's one of the rules here in Ireland. You don't go to the pub sick. If you're sick, you stay home. You stay in your fucking house if you're sick. Sorry. I didn't swear. Stay in your house. If you're sick, stay home. But if you're healthy, a little form that you fill out when you sit down at the table and you take your delivery order. You only have one place that you get to deliver it because we're in a small town and there's only one kitchen, other than the one that's down the street. And she'll find it funny that she'll sign up for delivery. At least that way we have a consistent ordering system and a way of tracking where everybody's from. Because we want the individual people to be on their account and their credit card. And you want the tip to go to the pub. They'll work on this. They're good one time bill. But that way, you can keep track of who was at the pub, because everybody will have their credit card. If they do it the other way, they usually pay cash. And this way they have to use a credit card because it's going through Deliveroo. And if they go through the owner of the pub, then they are going to be paying cash, and then they don't know exactly who it is. But this way, you can add a button to Deliveroo that says you're healthy, and you're ordering, and where you're ordering, because you're having it delivered to a restaurant or to a pub. So if it's being delivered to a pub, it's a location, not your personal residence, you're stating that you're healthy and at the pub. I like that. That helps the pub owner. You can have a bundle of insurance too, saying, I add $1 for insurance, that in the event that I'm sick, I didn't know it. Pub owner can get some kind of, because the pub is shut down. Exactly. Pub owner will have a fit. Is extracted news by the, what I saw is the story talking. What I saw in the UK at the pub was that when the pub was closed, 1, 2, 3, 4, 6, people went there anyways. And they stood outside the pub with the pub closed. So they just can't stop themselves. And they will go to the pub and they will stand by the pub and they will sit at the pub's cafe, the garden of the pub, and they will use all the pubs. And they won't, in the pub, even if the pub blocks it off, they will move the blockade or sit at the pub. I said, The Irish is saying it as their extra living room. And because the apartments in London are so small, they see it as their extra apartment. So when you need a little extra room, you go to the pub. Anyways, it's important to take that into consideration, that you've closed down the money part of it, but you didn't close down the access. Here in Ireland, it's a tiny bit different because it rains so much, people are not hanging out at the pub. You want to talk to me? You want to talk to me while I'm doing this? Yes. I haven't figured that out yet. You may just. I haven't figured that part out. Because then I have to look and play, and I don't have someone helping me. I need to have someone helping me. I need a second in command over here. I mean, my quarantine time is over. I now have full access to all of Ireland. I had to wait 14 days before I could do that. And now I'm like, yay! And everybody else is like, we're still trying to debate if you can go to a pub. Like, come on, guys. How am I supposed to? It's exciting if you know solitaire. And this is exciting because I have all this going on and there's still only one ace and I can't put anything on it. It's a little stressful. And I have one space left open for a king. You can't use that in here. All right. Check. 3, 6, 10. All right, so in left or right? Do the right one, yes. Do the right one, are you sure? Right one, okay. Right? All right. And now I have this here. Another jack. Stalled. 5. You have no place to put on. You're right. Let's do one. Tell me one more time. King can't go anywhere. Queen can't go anywhere. Jack. 7. 8. 6. All right. Well, that one didn't work either. This topic is so complicated. Unfinished. 7. That's 7. Anyone else on their 7th game? Someone on their 11th game. I see you're struggling with finishing a game. We had already finished a game earlier on Facebook. This is the thing. So does that mean that once you finish it 1 game a day, do you only get 1 game a day? Or is this Lady Luck saying, why are you testing your luck? Why? I already let you win. Well, I don't call it winning. I let you complete a game today. You completed a game. And I'm like, I have to try to think who can judge your house? So like here I'm at a guest house, right? And I've been here for 14 days. She had a lot of strange people, like strangers, and she doesn't know them, coming in, strangers. And does that violate my 6? Because they're coming into my space, and my apartment is in her space. So I have a subletted space. Is that something? Only if they come in through your entrance. So if they come in through the guest house entrance, if there's guests other than myself, then I have to stop. I can only one visit. Yes. So even though I could have 6 people, if I know 6 people in the room, I can really only have one if she has all the other rooms filled. So I have to invite all those over to play solitaire. Yes. Yes, you can invite all those people over to play solitaire. Just trying to clarify. So I can knock on Story's door. This is one of her households. I can knock on Solitaire's door, and I can tell Solitaire, hi Solitaire, I'm one of the 6 who can come play with me. This is the place that would be accurate. For the place that would be how we would see that there's 6 people in there. And so, why are there 6 people in his house during COVID? They better all be working. So you know that Story's working. What are those other 5 doing? So this guest house, there's going to be a big something happening in a couple weeks. And Story may have to leave for a weekend. So she's been trying to figure out where to go for that weekend because she's not supposed to travel leisurely. So she's trying to figure out a work-related thing she can do someplace that's not where she's rented. And this is becoming a little bit of a struggle. Work-related. And she's on a tight budget. So what? She's found 2 guesses. Will she be considered one of the 6 guests there? So those people cannot have a celebration at all that weekend. Because she's spending time there. Writing about herbs. It appears the answer is yes. 3, 4, 5. And she's looking for the thing she's working on right now. I'm talking about myself in the third person, which is fun. What I'm working on right now, thank you, is a website for mini breaks. So where to go on a healthy work-related mini break in Ireland if you're from the UK. You have to be 14 days here on quarantine before you can actually go enjoy Ireland. So you might as well be doing something healthy for yourself. So what can you do for 14 days in Ireland while you're waiting to be released from quarantine? Because it's a self-quarantine, and you're supposed to try to limit as much as possible your interaction with Irish, which I seem to have done okay. I could have done better. I was told by the police I could have done better. But I didn't get fined. I just went and got my own food instead of having it delivered. But I'm on a really tight budget, and they understand this. You know, it's not that you're on vacation, and they're certainly not camping. Let me tell you, when I saw those people in the UK camping, when there was a storm the size of a hurricane coming, I'm like, those are crazier than the Americans. I do, don't I? Yes. Mm-hmm. Could I sound different? Yes. You want me to sound Irish? Can I sound more European because I am European and I was born in America. This is why I sound American. It's in your blood. Nothing to do with that. No? You don't believe I'm American, no. All right. Can someone biohack my voice into something that sounds more European? They did a whole bunch of things. Not on purpose. realize my sensitivity to electronics. Like, oh, we can fix that. And you know what happens when a technologist tries to fix something? Yeah. And they find a whole bunch of new things that they could probably try fixing. And then 3 years later, I'm still in the process of being fixed. And I have suffered greatly from this. So I told them, let me go. I will deal with this all on my own. The proper. Goodness. Go. Find the new guinea pig. We are working our way towards something. Don't you dare say there's something wrong with this paint. I'm leaning this way for some reason. I'm wanting to leave it lean out the window and scream at the dog. Finally, a card that makes sense. 9. Does that card make sense too? Check to make sure all topics are still acceptable to those who are listening. They are. People are looking at whatever. Let's see. 5. 4. We need a 2. Let's go through one time. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Okay. We need 9s in the other room here. We don't have 9. It doesn't matter if we put down. Ah! 9. Okay. I still need an 8. That's the second time through, so maybe one more time. 5. That's terrible. Queen. 8. Take this one. Because this one doesn't have anything underneath, so it's not going to give us anything new. That's right. So we took the 7 over there. Ah! And then we just move that 7 over. That's terrible. That's not fun. Let's move it over because we can move the 10 over. Okay. So we move that over, and then we have a free space, and we put this 10. Or this king, sorry, because we have to put kings over. There we go. And then move some movement. Yeah. 3. 3. 4. This king. This queen over. Can we leave that empty? The other queen on. Do you want to? It's not really. And if we move this over, then we have an empty space for another king. We have another king. Okay. All right. Oh, I knew that because sometimes makes me feel happier. Okay. So 8. 4. We need a red 5 here. How do we get? Oh my god. Can I put that over? You can. It doesn't matter to me. All right. Let's do that because somehow we put it on a 6. And there was one there, so it must have just accidentally gone over there. Right. Accidentally? Are you Irish? Yes. It accidentally went over there. Oopsie. my family member accidentally became a friend. Oopsie. No. Family, family. Sorry, I don't agree with the whole thing that family is not family. Oh, so you'd be a person who thinks family is family. Yes. Family is always family. All right. King. 5. I need that here, but then there's nothing to add. Nope, this is here. Just have an 8. Queen, queen. No, you can't go back to it. We've already done it 3 times. Okay, so we have to do it again. All right. Unfinished. And I'm going to put down here, family is family. Family. Do you have a big family? Yes. Would you have 45 people in your house? That would be kind of hard. I could probably have 27. So 27 people. So 27 people would be your family. 27 people would be family. 27 people would be family. It feels weird to me that I have 27 people I would call family, and then I would have contact. So it would be emergency, sort of like, what? Who has a list like that? The president is president of who? The European Union. Did you know there's a president of the European Union? Yes. Who's the current president of the European Union? I don't know, and I can't look it up because I'm playing solitaire. But that could be a question for tomorrow's solitaire game. Okay. So tomorrow we'll ask, who's the president of the European Union? And why do we care? You're European. This is why you care. You don't like being European? No, I like being European. I think it's stupid having a European president. I think we should just be European, have the EU, and there be no president. That's dumb. What does he do? Nothing. Our prime minister does a lot of stuff. And I don't know why they don't have the heads of the country be the heads of the EU. So you've already picked heads. So those are the heads of the EU. So prime minister, he should be 6 months. 6 months along. Whoever our prime minister is, he's the head of the EU. When it's Ireland. But he's actually doing work, and he's got a double title. So then he's president of the EU and prime minister for 6 months. And then he can get it's like a double whammy. It's like, yes, I have some authority, and maybe in Ireland I can get some things done. What is a whammy? What is a whammy, by the way? It's something that I know. Double whammy. I think I'm just making the EU presidentship longer. I would just make it the prime ministers and presidents of the different countries. I think that would be making more sense. Are you going to run for prime minister someday? Maybe. Do I get like a bonus? I don't now. No. Are you going to document it that it was said that I said it? And then in the future, if I become prime minister, it's like, yeah, she knew it. At 20, she knew was going to be prime minister. Yes. Before she finished university. I finished university already. Did you? Yes. I'm working already. I finished. Did you just finish? No. I'm a nurse and I finished. Program is 2.5 years. So. Dun. You're not going to go back and do something else? No. I like what I do. Start a nurse. No, I'm not a nurse. But I find it interesting that you are. I know. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. A lot of people who are in the medical profession. Mm-hmm. It says here you're a doctor. It doesn't. So far, I must know some nurses. Maybe I'm just a doctor of philosophy. No. writes books. So are any of those people that you consider family in the 27? Nope. I don't think of people at work as my family because we're all so busy and we don't really hang out with each other when we're not working because it's so depressing. You just talk about work. I'm dead. People dying or sick. I don't want to talk about that if I'm not at work. Thank you. Which one do you want? The black king or the red king? The red king. That's a bigger pile. I have to get rid of it. Right. Maybe we should have gone for the black king. Oh. Is this a new thing that YouTube's doing? I don't know. I can't do that. That's the second time someone up there has decided they want to do matchy-matchy. We're not matchy-matchy. This is solitaire. There's no match. But you can match now. Going up, you can match. You can't match on the bottom. The bottom has to rotate colors. The top has to match suit to get rid of it. So that's like gone. It's gone. Yes. It's a game of in meditation. You have to be relaxed and focused and not stressed and worried. If you're stressed and worried, you don't really pay attention, do you? You don't have anything to be stressed about. No. I'm going to go back to school. You don't? Nope. My mom doesn't want me to get sick. She's like, you're going to stay home. You're going to stay home until they figure out what this is and I can get you a booster shot. That makes sense because kids can get respiratory illness too. Right. You're going to be sick. Stay home. I don't even get to go to football practice. I still just to stay home. So I told her I had to play some football. Let's go in the backyard and play football. My friends and I are playing a lot of video. The World Cup? No. World Cup. Seriously, I don't know that. Okay. Do they have an online version of that? No, not yet. Expensive. Is it? Yeah. It's like £60 for the online version of World Cup. So it was like you have to wait for Christmas. I wait till Christmas to play with my friends and my football. By then it's snow and it doesn't matter. But the teams aren't playing yet. Teams aren't playing yet. I'm taking a little bit of a hiatus. So that someone got sick. One of the football players got sick, and they're like, that, you gotta wait. And as a fan, you don't get to go. So they say that the fans don't get to go. Yep. You don't get to go as a fan. And I'm too young to go to the pub. Dad's not allowed to take me. It's a bad influence. The pub is a bad influence. The people at the pub. They're always talking about this. They shouldn't be talking around kids. So, until your friends can become more adult, you don't get to take the kids to them. You don't have to go. Are grown-ups not being adults? I don't know. They should be more adult. Yeah. Especially when you go to a pub. I don't get that. That's like a restaurant. You go there and they act so silly. Are they acting silly or they acting stupid? I don't know because I don't get to go there. Okay. we doing? We're trying to remove these and we put these down. So these here have to come out of hiding. They're hiding right now, so we've got to get them out of hiding. And we have to pull all these up here so we can pull those out. So let's see how we do this. 4, 5, 6, 4, 5, 5, 6. Let's do my again. So I don't know if we can get all the cards out. 6, 5, 6, 7. 7. What are you talking about? Okay. Oh, 7, 6. 5, 5. We're playing solitaire. Okay. They hang out with me. We do sting operations. Make sure that the kids are safe. All right. There are stupid people out there. Okay. I agree with you. Yes. 9. So Jack. Here's the 9, and now we're stuck with that. Sorry. 6, 7, 8. We're not stuck with it. We didn't lose. We won. That's the end of the live stream for today. That's cool. Thank you. So and then what I did is just to show that I finished the game. We put the cards like this, just to show. I don't put them all the way up because this is when we won. We won when we put all the cards down. Because at this point, I can put all these away, and so at the point, it makes it harder for me to shuffle. So this, for me, is the end of the game, and we will not touch this topic again about who is family for politicians for COVID, because we have found that it is, they have to define it because everybody has a different definition of what is family. And if they want us to follow that law, we have to have a knowledge of what is family and what are those 6 people, because we all have different circumstances, right? All right. And none of you go to the pub if your mom says you can't go. All right, come on.